On previous videos about Puerto Rico, we've showcased Marina Pescaderia, Gilligan's Island, Ponce, Isla de Cardona, Caya Puerca, Puerto Patillas, and Palmas Del Mar. Throughout Puerto Rico, we've been buddy boating with the crew on Pura Vida, friends that we made while anchored in the Bahamas.
So this is the passage plan. We are here. Go past Viejas and come into here. It's going to take us nearly 6 hours though. Very protected. Either we can go here or we can go there. Apparently it's really good, and then we can dinghy into the little island here. Then from there, I'd love to go to this place, Culebra. This bay is one of the most beautiful in this area. Right, we're just about to leave. It's going to be a little tricky today because the wind's blowing us on this way. We've gone 2 pylons.
1 and pylon 2.
Luckily, they're really good here. They've used their own ropes, so we can just drop them, that's fine. And what I'm going to do is go into reverse. My prop kick will take us that way. And what I want to do is let Kim hold onto that line a little bit till we start going backwards. So I'm going to use my bow thruster and then I'm just going to go straight back. There's a lot of room here, so it shouldn't be a problem.
We've got a line here going to the boat. We did have another line. Simon's taken that off because it was redundant. So then, other than that, there's the spring that goes forward and back, which is midway down the boat and then goes all the way to the back of the boat. And then we've got the 2 aft lines. Just checking the wind. And there's a bird. I think it's a swift sitting on the wind indicator up there. But the wind is showing it's going to push us on to the jetty. So we'll put more fenders up along the side of the boat, along up to the top here, just to make sure that if we do get pushed on, we have fenders along the side of the boat. Okay, so Pura Vida's backing up now. They waited for the marineris or the attendants to help so that he could back up and they could hold the bow in. He's looking really good. Looks like he's cleared those 2 pylons, which is probably what he's worried about. So now he's clear. And he backed straight up, and now he's going to put the boat into forward and then head out down this way. We just left the slip without a hitch. 2 attendants took the bow line and the midship spring off for us and threw it on board. I dropped the back stern lines into the water and Simon reversed. We then went forward and we're now making our way out of the marina. We're just going to head straight and then exit through the channel and head back out to sea. And today we're heading for the Spanish Virgin Island of Culebra. Take note of that little dock there. You can put your dinghy on that dock and then walk over to this fish restaurant. Now this fish restaurant used to have a dock, but it got blown out with the hurricane. Needless to say, this is an excellent fish restaurant. The lobster was the best spiny lobster I think I've ever tasted. Simon and I had Mahi Mahi, yeah? It was excellent. So highly recommend this fish restaurant. Thank you, Palmas Del Mar.
Yes, thank you, Palmas Del Mar. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic place. I mean, they're recovering from the hurricane, and this is a great spot.
Yeah,
highly recommend it. Just in case we didn't say it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, and Puerto Rico mainland, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you, Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
So I'm saying it's not looking too bad, so that's good. Hopefully we'll have a really, really, really nice sail. It'd be nice to get our sail out. We got Pura Vida right in front of us there. We just tried to pull a sail out, our head sail, so that we could at least motor sail, but
yeah, we were being lazy. We should have put the main out, but we want to refit. We just want to have an easy day.
Yeah.
It's not far to go.
Life is hard. So as usual, we got the wind pretty much on our nose, blowing 25. So we're motoring. Had our sail out for a bit, but it wasn't working very well. So When you go from America to the Caribbean and you go from west to east, this is what to expect pretty much the whole way, motoring into wind. So we've got Pura Vida in front of us there, if you can see a sailboat, and the island right over here to the right is Vieques. So we're gonna pass Vieques and we're going on to the next island. And they are the Spanish Virgin Islands. Simon's getting the fishing pole out. That's mainland Puerto Rico. This is the east side of Puerto Rico. Is the conditions what you figured, Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A bit lumpy.
Yeah.
It's getting lumpier.
Yeah, and it's better to get out of the marina than get stuck in it.
Stuck in it, yeah. We'd had enough.
We will be anchored off an island tonight, and it's little Hayward's 8th birthday, so we're gonna have a birthday party today. We've been in the marina for like a week now, so it's nice to get out back in the water. I really look forward to sailing again. Once we get to Antigua, I'm sure, you know, it's gonna get easier to go south. The winds will be more favorable for us. But no matter what, it's always nice just to be out on the water. Okay, the line's been going for a while now. I've just reduced the speed of the boat. I think it's a red snapper.
It's been eaten.
Yeah, because it's been eaten on the way in. So Pura Vida's coming over to see what the fish is that we caught. And Tina's over there with them. Hayward's got a mackerel at the back there.
Go ahead.
We caught 3 fish on the same lure that you guys get.
Oh, I'm so pleased that it's working out for you. Great job, guys and girls.
Daddy?
This Sienna.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hi. Tell Mommy that I'm feeling better, okay?
She can hear you, over.
Okay.
Are you looking forward to trying some red snapper? That is really beautiful fish.
Oh, I can't wait to try it.
Good girl, and we're going to have some fun in the water when we get in, over.
I know, I can't wait to get. Okay, bye.
Bye. We're going over unexploded ordnance, which means unexploded shells, bombs, whatever they've dumped here. It was an old dumping ground for the military.
Yikes. Don't want to go diving there. Pura Vida's anchoring right next to us.
We're going to go dive in on the anchor.
Got the thumbs up. What's your passage with Pura Vida?
We're going to Hayward's party birthday place. And we're floating away.
And Hayward's right over there. The birthday boy. Where's your smile? Where's your smile, man?
I'm getting wet.
You look older, Hayward.
You look a year older, Hayward. It's a Sarah Mac.
Sarah? Sarah?
Sarah.
C-E-R-O.
Oh, zero.
Sarah.
Sarah Mac.
Like how they say it in Spanish. Sarah.
Zero?
Sarah.
Sarah?
That's not
C-E-R-O.
Do you know what it is? Sarah. That's how they
It's pretty big. And you can see where the shark tried to eat it.
Holy cow, dude, that is a beautiful fish.
That's a mud. That's right here.
That's a mutton.
Mutton, a good snapper to eat.
Yes, they're delicious.
So this is mutton snapper. Little Hayward identified it as so because it has a dark dot on the top of its back. And Big Hayward explained that all snappers are good to eat. Many cruisers dream of being able to catch dinner as they're sailing from one destination to the other. I'd say that about half the time we travel, we manage to pull in a fish. The other half is spent losing the fish, bad conditions, or dealing with too much seaweed. When we do get a fish, however, it's something that we're very grateful for. While I show you Hayward filleting this snapper, let me tell you about some things we've learned about fishing along the way. Overall, we've had the most luck with using a squid-type lure. The squid lure seems to catch everything, especially mahi mahi and tuna. Our fishing pole is secured in a fishing pole holder and tied onto the rail with a rope. Once the reel goes, we adjust the tension, slow down the boat, and start reeling the fish in. It can sometimes take up to a half hour to bring a fish in. Once the fish is alongside the boat, we use a gaff or extendable pole with a pointed hook in it to grab the fish and pull it up over the rail. We also have a net that works well. Some sailboats are easier to get fish on board. For us, we have to pull it up quite a distance, and that's where we can often lose a fish. Once the fish is on board, if we're going to keep it, we pour a small amount of alcohol or vodka backwards through the fish's gills. This kills them instantly, and I believe it's the most humane way to kill a fish. If it's calm enough to fillet the fish on the back deck, we'll do so. Otherwise, we put it in a big bag and plop it into the refrigerator until we get anchored. Some cruisers buy ice before leaving port and keep a cooler ready for a fresh fish. In the Caribbean, there are several fish that you don't want to eat. Barracuda is one of them. Any fish that eats fish that live on the reef have a high chance of carrying a thing called cicatera. It's a substance that's poisonous to humans. Experts say that if you're going to eat a barracuda, make sure it's no longer than your forearm. In other words, eat one that hasn't lived long enough to have too much cicatera. Apparently humans can handle the poison, but only to a limit. It gets stored in the fish's body, and when we eat the fish that carries it, we then store it in our body. The first couple times we eat it, we may be okay, but the next time might push us over our limit. In fact, you could have it once and that pushes you over your limit. Cicatera poisoning's not nice. It's similar to getting salmonella. Most cruisers don't want to take the chance, so they automatically throw all barracudas back. Interestingly, this snapper eats reef fish, so there is a possibility that this snapper carries the poison too. If you're fishing in the deep sea, you don't have to worry as much. The fish you catch will most likely not be dining regularly on reef dwellers and therefore not carry the poison.
That's a pretty fillet.
That's gorgeous. You did a great job.
Well done, mate. I'm going to do an impression of Hayward cutting the fish up. Goodbye. Alright, what's worth it? It's Hayward's birthday and they're getting the glow sticks out and the banners. And we got the chef, the naked chef over there.
Still hadn't had a chance to take a shower.
Oh, he hasn't had a shower in 4 days. Mmm, yum yum.
Oh, it's not good.
Is it
That's
not
beautiful.
good? Do you eat it?
Are we looking forward to eating that, girls?
Yes. Very.
Kids, are we going to try it?
Yeah.
What? No?
I got sick last time.
Sienna, you going to have a go?
Is it good?
No, I haven't tried it.
Okay,
Well, the
try it.
kids are eating it.
Do the kids like it?
Yeah.
Sienna, did you like it?
Sienna, did you like it?
I loved it.
Try it.
Hey, you have headband too?
Oh yeah, that's good. Do you want to try some, Kim?
Yes, I do.
Kim?
That was good. That was really, really good. That was excellent.
Nice hat.
Oh, look at that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hayward.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, they're coming back. Oh, keep going. What's wrong?
Oh,
Oh!
I love those.
Are they trick candles?
They're trick candles. They won't go out.
The next day, Hayward and Ansley took Pura Vida back to mainland Puerto Rico to pick up some parts that arrived. We offered to look after the kids for a day or two and tour the island, so let us take you with us. Lonely Planet describes Culebra as follows. Long feted for its diamond-dusted beaches and world-class diving reefs, sleepy Culebra is probably more famous for what it hasn't got than for what it actually possesses. There are no big hotels here, no golf courses, no casinos, no fast food chains, no rush hour traffic, and best of all, no stress. Situated 27 kilometers off mainland Puerto Rico, but inhabiting an entirely different planet culturally speaking, the island's slow pace can sometimes take a bit of getting used to. It's home to rat race dropouts, earnest idealists, solitude seekers, myriad eccentrics, and anyone else who's forsaken the hassles and manic intricacies of modern life. It's also home to a range of gorgeous natural areas, bays, snorkeling sites, hiking trails, and all manner of fine beaches. Come join the local vibe and explore one of Puerto Rico's most gorgeous destinations. Yeah, sound good, guys? So let me tell you a little history about Culebra. In the 18th century, this island was mainly used by pirates to hide. The first governor of Culebra, appointed by the Crown in 1875, was a black Englishman by the name of Stevens. He was given this authorization by the Vieques government. His main responsibility was to guard the coastal fishing industry from foreigners. The colonization of Culebra began in 1880, commanded by Don Escudero. The first settlement was named in his honor of San Ildefonso de la Culebra, Bishop of Toledo. It was located in the area occupied now by the Department of Natural Resources, Fish and Wildlife. The cemetery is the last remaining witness of that era. In 1891, the town of San Ildefonso de la Culebra was described as a few houses made of straw. There was a church, a government house, and a water tank from which the people got their water. In 1894, a written report indicated the growth and progress made by the colonists of Culebra, stating 519 residents living in 5 communities. And agriculture dominated the land. They produced and exported wood, turtle oil, turtle shells, salted fish, tobacco, goats, cattle, pigs, sweet potatoes, plantains, pumpkins, beans, garlic, yams, corn, tomatoes, oranges, coconut, cotton, melons, mangrove bark, charcoal, and turkey. The Spanish crown determined that the land of Culebra was public property except for the areas reserved for the use of the central government. When the Spanish-American War was resolved in 1898, the land was turned over to the United States government with the promise that property titles given by the Spanish government would be honored. Titled land would not be confiscated by the military government established in Puerto Rico. These agreements were reached in the Paris Treaty and by General Order No. 1 of the United States of Puerto Rico's military government. In 1901, the U.S. military arrived in Culebra to establish an area for the military to use as a firing range and to hold marine exercises. At the time, they took over the town of San Ildefonso and re-established the persons living in San Ildefonso to other areas of the island. This was in violation of the Paris Agreement. 2 remaining stone houses built by the military in the area of the Department of Natural Resources, Fish and Wildlife are witness to that era. The military stopped using Culebra as a bombing range in 1975. However, the destruction to the reefs and the psyches of the inhabitants will take decades to heal. Rusting tanks on Flamenco Beach bear witness. Right off the tip of the land mass on the right, and that's pretty good.
On the neck. Thank you for extra.
Thanks, Simon.
Because we're on the low alcohol warning.
If you'd like to see videos about sailing, destinations, how-tos, marina reviews, and more, please support our channel by purchasing one of our sailing guides. Join the thousands of people that have already purchased our guides to get information that will save you money, provide practical tips and tricks, in addition to helping you get out and enjoy boating. Or if you're not in the need for helpful how-to information and checklists, buy one of our high-quality nautical t-shirts, beach cover-ups, and other nautical gifts at our Etsy shop. We also have a lovely community of Patreon supporters too, if that's something you're interested in. Links to all of these resources can be found in the description below. These educational and hopefully entertaining videos are made possible by the profits made through our guides, t-shirt sales, and Patreon supporters. To keep them going for free, please support Sailing Britican today.